Rolling, 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 katsu. Rolling, 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 though my arms are swollen, I keep a me rolling, katsu. Yuki and Jiu-Jitsu, Sensei, Yoshi, I'll never yum until I die. All the things I've learned, Makiwara and Zaisen, are the blessings I'll teach you.
Join me each week as I train with different jiu-jitsu instructors and world champions. Two things are bound to happen. Number one, I will get submitted. And number two, both you and I will learn a thing or two.
Rolling, 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 rolling.
I'm Budo Jake, and this is Rolled Up. Hey guys, here we are at the Budo Videos warehouse. This is one of the 3 warehouses that we have, and this is the studio where we film a lot of instructionals. We've filmed Gokor, Jeff Glover, Draculino, a bunch of DVDs on these mats. And today I'm joined by my buddy, Scott Elkin. He trains with Alder in 10th Planet Burbank. And who do we have coming in today, Scott?
I think we have Scott Einstein Epstein is coming.
And have you trained with him much?
Yeah, you know. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a completely different style than Alder, but it's very technical and very precise in his when he breaks something down. I actually really like the way Scott teaches.
Cool. So he's just getting changed right now. Should be coming around pretty soon.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
What about my name?
So, what are we going to go over today?
Well, I was gonna leave that on you, but I can just go from anywhere. I
Okay.
figured you might have some questions after you watch the DVD and whatnot.
Yeah, one of the positions that I have sometimes trouble with is twister side control. Sometimes on smaller guys in particular, I'm able to maintain it. Sometimes bigger guys or flexible guys are able to hip out and I lose the position. I know it's one of the big positions in 10th Planet. Can you give me some pointers on that?
Sure. I'll give you pointers by doing, and you can feel.
Okay.
Okay. So a couple of details here on twister side control. I'll do it on you, and then I can do it on Scott so you can see
Okay.
better. What I want to have here, if I'm in the right place, is I want to have my hip pressure of my left hip on your bicep. You feel that is? Mm-hmm. And I like to think of that being the heaviest part of my body. That along with my left elbow, which should be under your armpit. Mm-hmm. Now the higher I can go with my left arm, the better. Because see, you've just lost a lot of control there. Mm-hmm. And you might fight to get that back, but I still have a good amount of pressure here. Mm-hmm. Down here, not as good. Still good, but not as good. So I want to be up here, and you feel how heavy I am on your biceps. So
right.
Now this arm's out of commission, and this arm is partially out of commission.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you feel my rib cage, it's pushing onto your face.
Okay.
Now I'm controlling your head, neck, and arms with my body weight. My left knee is the one that's on the floor. I keep it on your hip and pinned to the ground. If I lift it up, that's going to give you that opportunity to get under. You can even take my back if you get a hold of that leg.
Right.
Okay, so that's one trick that people usually mess up.
Okay.
Scott, let me borrow you so you can see it. I just wanted you to feel it first.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and I'm not a heavy guy, but I can feel heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, so my hip bone is on his bicep. Left arm, I want up here. Left knee, stuck on the ground. Okay, I'll even see my foot's off the ground, just so I know I'm putting that much pressure. And you really have to emphasize on that, because when you're making transitions, it's very easy just to lift it up. Oh, just a second. He slips under, he takes your back.
And if his right arm is not up, do you just force your hips and push it up?
Yeah, let's say he's doing something like pushing me forward. That's a good thing for him. Okay, now I gotta start shimmying my body back. Getting to this position. I'll use this also. A fight, someone's kneeing you. You wanna block. I can use this for like almost a blocker where I put it right here on my own body and on his own hip. He's got sharp low hips, so I can go here. Guys usually don't have as long a torso, so my hand's usually here, it's fine. So he starts to get his arms a little bit and push me forward. That's all I need. This is gonna stop him from moving me. Heavy on the hip, heavy on these are my 2 heaviest points right here. And this is gonna stop him from pushing me forward. If he was shorter, I would probably just be like this. You can lever it in right there. Now he's gonna have to break my forearm to move me forward, which is impossible from here.
Do you ever transition to a traditional side control from there, depending on what he
does? Sometimes. I'm pretty comfortable here.
Okay.
Okay, I have a lot of options depending on what he does with his legs, but there's very easy transfers from right here. I'm where I'm at, and he's on the floor. He didn't even know that was coming. He had no idea that was coming, because you don't feel it. Did you know that was coming?
No.
So he didn't know. So he can do his traditional,
Here.
you know, some guy who's slick, he's gonna do that. Keep it up. You know, oh, blocked. If I just bring it in.
Sneak right around.
Exactly. Keeping this arm trapped, maintain it. Maintain a trapped arm at all points when you take him out. Don't let him have his arms flaring around, because now he can push off your hips, push off your armpits. Take one arm out of the game, he's in trouble. He knows he's in trouble. Easy arm triangles right there. So it's a good control position. It confuses people. If I'm in that position, all I want to do is get my arms back and push him away. But if he has all those details right there, I'm not gonna be able to push him. I just gotta try to hide my legs and wait. You know, if it's competition time, I'm up on points, or he's up on points because he's on top of me. He can just wait. He can do little movements. He could easily get to mount. If he's controlling that arm, it's gonna be very hard for him to reestablish and get a half guard or a quarter guard or full guard. He's stuck. So those are the main details that I used to keep. And I got a good twister side control. I'll just sit on people with that. Big guys too. You gotta be ready to make a little movement when they're strong and they're trying to hove you all over the place. But you know, go ahead, try it.
Slide hip back, get his arm.
Put the hip on top of the bicep, yeah. Not above it, but on it. Your hip bone should be on it. There you go. Get that left elbow. Nice and high. Yeah, you want to keep it there. And you can place this hand on his hip. See how he's kind of far, but you're still okay from there.
Okay.
Okay, so now Elkin's going to try to push you forward or recover.
Yeah, it's pretty secure.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
Give me a little harder time, Scott.
Keep that knee on the floor. Keep your hip back. Always keep the hip on the bicep. Nothing going on.
Yeah, you can stay pretty calm and relaxed in this position.
Yeah, catch your breath. Figure out what your next step is. Maybe you want that. Maybe you want the extra points.
Now, is there anything you can do here? Some guys try to choke from here. It doesn't seem very effective, but it can be annoying, right?
It's not the most effective, but there's a possibility. Especially if your base and balance is horrible. So, turn take it. They can come here and start to mess with you and start to go here and yank you back. Okay. But you really have to have some, you know, really bad rudiments, you know, with your body position for that to work.
Okay.
It can annoy you. Start going, but see.
You shouldn't be able to get much leverage.
No, your highest risk is if I can recover a quarter guard or a half guard, and then I can set up things from there. I go here and I get a hold of one of these legs. You made a mistake. You're still in a good position. You can still pass easily from here. But then I can start setting up darsters and whatnot from here.
Okay.
Okay.
So you got to keep these legs hidden.
That's why you got to keep that knee at my hip. That's gonna block me from a lot of motion and just make sure I don't get a hold of this leg.
Okay.
Because I don't have too much there anyway.
And if you come in, then this sets up a lot of submissions for me.
Right here is all your twisted transitions anyway.
Right.
Exactly.
Now I know there's twisters from here. There you can go for the mount. Would you also transition to a north-south?
I would, because that's a strong, you know, there's a whole series in the DVD on north-south. I use it a lot. I feel very safe. You're not vulnerable from there. You're on top, and if you're putting pressure properly, it's your body versus their head and neck. A lot of people stay too high, and then that lets the guy bench press and kick over to maybe take your back. But if you keep real low and everything right here, his legs aren't going to reach, and you're controlling a head and neck. So I like to go there also.
So it seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, but the three places to go from twister side control would be to a twister, to the mount, or to north-south attacks.
Or you can go back to regular side control.
Right.
If he's scrambly enough, there's opportunities to set up the back there, depending how you let him move. That's the point of how you let him move.
Okay.
And you can jump to straight submissions. There's, you know, his Kimuras there. You can jump to, you know, go north-south straight to a Russian cowboy. There's a lot of opportunities. There's leg locks you can set up from the twister positions. You can give him a leg and go to a ninja roll and take the back. There's a bunch of opportunities there.
Can we go over a couple submissions from there?
Yeah, sure. So you want your arms back. If you're here and I'm here, you don't really have much. Your arms are out of commission. You're gonna have to fight to get them back. So sometimes, and good guys do this, but usually dummies do it. Okay, they're gonna take this arm, your right arm, and put it between my legs, and because they want to try to get some leverage here and get their hands together. Or they're just desperate, or I don't know what they're doing. But this happens a lot. What I normally do is, with the good guy, is I'll take my right arm, put it between my legs, and I'll start to push your arm away. Like I'm setting something up. And what that does is it makes you want to do what? Push back as a reaction. Right, so if I could do this, you're going to push back. You're thinking some kind of weird arm bars going on here. When you push back, I base on my right foot, okay? And I'm going to lift my body up and your arm. See how that happens? Okay, right now I'm allowed to take my left knee off the ground because there's no risk, or very little risk. So I go here, I push you away, you push back, I lift up, I triangle my legs. Now my triangle, my left leg is above your elbow, not below it. So that now I'm just going to take my weight up a little bit and I extend that arm. This is called the baby arm. Okay. So again, you're nice and tight. Maybe I reach through and push you away. Maybe you did it for me. You thought you can hold my leg or something goofy. I start to push you away, and I let you push back. And when you do push back, I'm basing on my right foot now. I'm going to lift my body up and triangle my legs. Now I need to have my triangle of my left leg above your elbow. It can't be down here on the elbow or on the forearm. That's the wrong place. It's not going to work. Because I need to have distance between your hand and the floor. So if I go down here, and that's not going to work.
Right.
If I go here,
So your left leg is between my elbow and shoulder.
Yes.
Okay.
It's got to be between the elbow and the shoulder. Closer to the elbow, obviously. I can't get it that high. And here I'm going to just lean forward so you can't grab my head. And I'm just going to straighten your arm.
You still have a lot of control over my upper body. I'm not able to move much.
Yeah, my weight's on you. Okay, so that's just a real simple way of taking an arm. It's actually, I want to say it's second highest percentage move of Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's really good at the baby arm. He sets it up from all over the place. And that guy's a little pit who just grabs it, rips limbs off of you.
That's good because you don't compromise your position at all.
No.
With that submission.
No, you're not getting, I mean, again, you gotta have really horrible base to fall off.
Yeah.
Or just do something stupid.
Right.
You know? But if you get comfortable and understand where your weight, what I always say is, like, here's where your weight positions are. You understand what those things, where those things are placed, then you'll be fine. You're not going to get thrown around.
Okay. Scott, you want to drill that?
So what? Elkin put the arm through.
He puts his arm through, maybe accidentally, or if you grab it. Up. Triangle the legs. Now here I'm still going to stay with my hip on his bicep, right?
Yeah, and then just straighten the arm.
Just straighten the arm.
The only thing I want to see different is the transition. Watch me do it. Well, it wasn't, it could have just been a little bit quicker, one movement instead of three.
Okay.
So when you were here, push him away so he pushes back. Sometimes it's there, so you just grab it. But I like to bait him. I like to make him give it to me. So as he comes back, look what I'm doing. My right foot's based here. I'm going to lift the whole body up. See? Elbow stays, the weight stays on my elbow, but I lift my hips up a little bit and lift his arm. So what happens here is it becomes one move to get that triangle.
Okay.
Okay? Back here, or you can stay tight to him. Either one. Sometimes you got to come all the way here if the guy's got really long arms.
Okay.
You got to come really far forward. You risk a little bit here because your weight's coming up. He might hip out. But if you're deep enough on the triangle, he just slides deeper into it. You can also go to a wrist lock if you want. So that's the one detail I just want to see different right now, is the way you move your legs. So bend this leg a little bit more. Yeah, and now you can lift your hip and body up and pull his arm through.
Pushing him down, he's pushing up.
He pushes back at you, yank up. Nice. There you go.
Cool. Let me try it one more time.
All your weight is on my bicep versus my shoulder.
Oh, so get my weight up a little bit higher?
Yeah. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I like how you can keep him pushed in here. There's no way he's going to hip out as long as I maintain this position.
Yeah, it's generally like you might give up a little space if it's a bigger, longer guy. But someone around your size, I mean, he's got long arms. You can still pull it off. So this is obviously going to happen when you turn on your side. If you stay flat, then I can't set anything up, no twister stuff. You have to be here. And this is something that'll happen, especially even with good guys. They get desperate. They'll start to push off. They forget what's going on here. Or I bait you, I bring the knee so you think you're going to get that. No, you don't get it. Okay? So I could come here, lace my arm through to control you. Okay? What's happening here is you turn. I'm going to put my arm through. My right elbow is on the floor. My right hand is through, and I'm going to clasp my hands together. Or I can just grab you right in here and hold like this. Now, if you want your legs back,
Stuck.
it's very hard. If my elbow is up, then I risk some weird, like, hyperextension of my arm. But if I keep this elbow down on the ground, I have good control of you. Notice my left knee is staying on the floor, and I'm still, hip is on your bicep. Right now. Keeping this all together. From here, I'm going to start to lace up the leg. So I'm going to take my right leg, that's my outside leg, and peel your legs open. Okay? So from here is one that I like to do. I don't think we have a name for it, but it's a knee bar. So my legs are right here. I'm just going to bring my hips lower on your leg. You feel that? And then I'm going to extend.
Yep.
Pretty simple. It's probably one that I'll do first from there. Because to lock up my legs and to do the roll, that's a lot of steps.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm kind of lazy. Maybe I can finish this here.
What I like is you're maintaining the superior position too. You're not compromising anything.
Yeah. I mean, in the roll, there's not much, but sometimes you don't roll properly. The guy doesn't follow.
Yeah.
So right there, your legs aren't even tangled up either. I can easily unlock them if for some reason I'm worried.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here I'm in twister side. Either I'm going to force his legs down or he's going to turn into me, right?
Yeah. Well, what's happening?
If he reaches in.
So you reach in and get that elbow on the floor. Keep it on the floor. That's your security blanket right there. Okay, if you can lift him, get that hand there, that's even better for you. Now you're controlling his back. His back won't move.
It's pretty secure, Scott?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it puts pressure, it stretches you. Now put your right leg over, peel it back towards you, and get your hip right on his knee. He's already tapping.
Yeah. Just don't go that far.
Okay. One time.
Sorry.
Again, with him, it's a flexibility issue. That's why he's tapping so quickly. But, you know, the average guy that has, you know, in that way, decent flexibility, you're going to have to make the knee bar happen. So you're going to want your groin right on the knee and hop it forward as you're pulling back.
Okay.
Yeah, if you just try not to take it as far back, Jake, so that you can try the knee bar.
Get under. That right arm's got to fly right under there. Elbow on the floor. See that? That's no good. I want this to stay on the floor right now.
Okay.
Just even deeper if you can. Just put the pressure down. Now step over. Just stay right there. Just stay right there. And try to bring your hips forward onto his knee and extend your hips right there and then pull the knee. That's it.
Okay.
Fire through. Get under there. Peel, peel, keep peeling out, bring your hips forward as he gets closer. Good.
I like that.
Yeah, again, what I like about this move is that you're in twister side, a stable position, you're getting a leg lock, and you're not giving up the position. A lot of people criticize leg locks that you oftentimes have to dive for it and give up a position.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This
And,
one's nice to
you know,
see.
like I said, it doesn't work, you just unlace it, or you're right one step from the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All you gotta do is lock your legs down from right there,
Yeah.
which we'll go into right now.
Okay.
Go into another quick leg lock that will work on 95% of the people out there.
Who would you say it wouldn't work on?
These guys that have crazy flexible or crazy strong calves.
Yeah.
You know, guys like Ralph. You're not doing anything to that guy.
Big strong guys you're
Big
talking about?
German psycho that we train with. That you just can't, he's like, aha, do more, it doesn't hurt, you know? And you're like, what's wrong with this guy? And then I had like some kid that I do calf cranks and he would never tap. Never. I'm like, how? And then you just stop doing it. Just come through, pull it back, lace everything up nice and tight here. My legs are laced already, right? Okay, so I'll go to the cameras. I'm peeling them back. My left leg comes under, right there, and then comes up. I peel him back, hip still on the bicep, everything's in control here. I'm not sticking my arm under for this one now. I can come here. This is fine. I want to. Bring it back, and I'm locking my leg. My left leg is coming behind my right knee, and then I'm gonna lock my leg down like a regular lockdown from here. Now I have control of this leg. He's now anticipating I'm gonna go roll for a twister, but I'm not. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna lean it forward a little bit more. So my face is right above his ass. I'm gonna take my right hand and I'm gonna grab over his toes right here. Not his foot, not his ankle. This is no, this is no. This, go over. This little piggy went to market right now. And I'm gonna bring him all the way home. Okay? Now a couple of little details that are gonna make this easier. You're chopping his calf muscle with the blade of your shin, not the soft meaty part right here. It'll work. So what I wanna do is, as I'm pulling his toes towards me, I wanna point my toes towards the ground. So see how that changes angle just a little bit. Some people are more flexible, they can turn it over a lot more. I'm getting a little bit, and that little bit makes a big difference. So I grab these toes, I peel him back towards me. This is already enough pressure. Now if I turn my foot that way, it just added a lot more. Pull him back. Now if you want to be the devil himself, you're going to take your right foot, put it on your ankle. Okay? Now I'm using my foot to push and pull at the same time. Okay, but let's be nice to Jake here. Grab his toes, turn my left toes towards the floor, and pull him back. And a check bounces or something from Jake, and I go to here.
You know, my arm was going to sleep just from the pressure of your hip on the bicep.
155 pounds of mass on.
It's the pink gi.
Lie down, John. Pretty in pink. All right. Over here. Okay. Turned over. I can set up the arms. Nothing wrong. This is great. This is safe. But the arms, I step over with my right leg. I peel it back and see my left leg creeps under there. Okay, my knee stays on the floor though. Even though I'm pretty safe now, if I lifted it, he's not gonna get me. But I'll slide it under and lock down my legs. You got the lockdown part, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm here, I'm gonna take my right hand out. I'm gonna reach for his toes. And so I have the toes, I'm over the toes, but pay attention to my left leg. I'm gonna try to, as much as I possibly can, turn it so that this blade turns into his calf. It's still gonna work without me doing that, but let me add that a little bit of pressure. So I'm here, I turn, and yank back.
And of course, you could put both hands on and really crank it if you wanted to, right?
Yeah, you don't need to though.
Okay.
I'm going in such little pressure.
Yeah.
What happened there, I let go because I felt his calf move weird. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I just don't need to hear a tap, it's fine. Okay, so I can come here, and you can use both hands, but I'd rather keep my weight here because now we've taken some space off. Mm-hmm. So the next step that I was showing on you is I can take this right foot, put it on the back of my calf, and what I'm doing is I'm going to kick, driving this shin through his calf and pulling his foot towards me. I come here, I start to push.
Is there a name for this move?
Calf cranking twister. Okay. When you're setting him up, you've gotten this far, you have the legs laced up, and I go calf crank, people aren't really going to know. They're probably not even hearing it.
Yeah.
But can you do calf cranks in most competitions?
Depends what level you are.
Oh, okay.
Brown belt and black belt, and IBJJF competitions you can.
Do you, I'm
grab
sorry.
the toes, see you grabbing the foot? Look, come back to the foot. Grab the foot the way you were. Scott,
Yeah.
Straighten your leg. So you can fight
his
it
way
off.
out of it.
Now grab the toes. Grab the toes, straighten your leg. Not so much.
All right.
Do you lace through the legs first, or do you just grab it with your
You
leg?
don't have to, but you might not have the legs locked up, so you're gonna hold just to control it.
Yeah.
For a second, it's on you. I usually don't need to.
In other words, you could just stay here. Or
Yeah,
you
I would have used this leg to pull his leg back, but yeah. See, he's not. If you just do that, he's not gonna let you have the leg.
Okay.
So you want to use your this leg to bring his leg backwards.
Okay.
So come back, let it go. Take this leg first, step it over, pull it back. Now slide the other one under, then lock it down. Otherwise, this leg pulling him back, he's just gonna kick his leg backwards.
Okay.
So reach for those toes. Step on the calf. Yeah. See, even when you made the motion to step on the calf.
Yeah. It's a scary feeling because it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it is. And with him, he lasts a little bit longer. The first time I just let go because I felt something move.